I was there or whatever, and I ended up leaving. So I ended up leaving or whatever, and my karma, my instant karma, I got a motherfucking flat. Soon as I was about to pull up to my house, that was God. Like, why you gonna listen to me when I tell you to leave this clown alone? Like, you gonna listen to me? So I'm like, why I got a flat? He's like, you fucking lying. I said, bro, yes, I'm on. Like, I'm telling him where I'm at or whatever. So he like telling me like, you just need ear. He like, my aunt. Mind you, I know he fucking lying, but I know he couldn't really come out anyway. You got both for the door. That would have been like weird. Even though I still feel like, bitch, if I just told you I got a flag, pop out. But you did have both of the kids, so it was like whatever. I wasn't whatever. It's like whatever. But he like, my aunt just left back out. He like, I really could have came and got you. Da, 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 da. I feel like you just saying stuff like whatever. So I don't know. I know I ended up not texting him back. So he texted me like, what, you mad or something? You going to not text back? I said, I said, oh, because remember how I told you how he always got his phone on like do not disturb or whatever. I said, I called you. You ain't even called to see if I was cool or nothing. Then we had a conversation before about you at the fucking airport shit. So he like, stop lying. You never called me. He said, never called me, and the last message was you left me on red. I said, I did 3 times. It went straight to voicemail, but okay. He said, oh, I don't know why I went to voicemail. I said, okay. Then he want to text me talking about where you at. He texted me, where you at? I said, hey, who is this? He said, your worst nightmare. I said, I think you have the wrong number. Oh, no, this was like a week later. This was like way later. He said, where you at? I said, so mind you, we talking on Instagram still, and he just was so weird. We just was talking on Instagram. I think I was in Miami at the time. So I remember I had posted something like, I'm so happy I got my number changed. Whole time I didn't, but I just posted it on purpose. He said, cracking the fuck up, what's the old one? I said, I don't even know. I forgot it, to be honest. Like, so he texted me like, hey, who is this? I said, hey, who is this? He gonna say your worst nightmare. So long story short, y'all, I'm gonna read the messages and then I'm gonna tell y'all. So he like, your worst nightmare. I said, I think you had the wrong number. He said, you out of pocket. I said, LOL, what you want? He said, ain't know what I want. You scared it. I said, how? Like, stop texting and writing me speaking in code. The fuck? He said, bro, you really did some op shit. Like, that's like me doing some weird nut shit like that. I said, op shit. He said, I'm gonna call you because that was crazy. He said, just know I'm him in them jails and outside them jails. I said, then call and say it because I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I said, if you're not saying it, then I really don't give a fuck. The whole time in my head, I do know what you talking about. He said, LOL, don't give a fuck. I said, oh. I said, you probably talk about back then when you said you was going me and my son. I said, I still don't give a fuck though. Yeah, I was doing that. I said, you don't say no shit like that. You tripping. He said, you putting words in my mouth. I said, I was on the phone with your baby mom when you said it. And I said, oh yeah, so that's what happened. When he said I should come, you and your son, he took her phone, broke it, hung up, whatever he did. I called back while I text. One of the other, I said that I think I called back and I said, he just said he gonna kill my son. She said, yeah. Oh, okay, so you want to talk like that? Okay, well, since you want to talk like that, just know that his dad is somebody who happens to be a real crash out. You keep talking that fake gangster shit, but he's a real crash out. So yeah, you want to talk like that? Let me pull him on let me pull him on to some shit. Let him know. So long story short, when that shit first happened, like when it first happened, when he first said it, oh, I got right on the phone with my baby dad. I told him, yeah. He like, whoop, da, 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 da. In 2 seconds, feeling out of dick. Like, it's nothing. So, watch your fucking mouth. Moral of the story. Long story short. So, for context, I forgot to add in a part. So, basically, when that had happened and stuff like that, when he first said it, of course, you know, I let my baby dad know. Like, I let him know or whatever, what was being said, who said it, all this other shit. Because who the fuck is you playing with? But that was in October when that first happened. He, long story short, ended up finding out, like Legion basically ended up finding out months later, like 3-4 months later, that whenever it was, what was it? November, December, January. So like 3 months later, he ended up finding out that basically I had that conversation with my baby dad, and then I basically let my baby dad know who he was, what he said, and all this other shit or whatever. So that's how we got to this conversation, because somebody that's locked up with my baby dad ended up basically getting in touch with Legion and letting him know. But I didn't give a fuck. I thought he was going to find out or whatever, because I told my baby dad like when it first happened, which was back in October, but he just so happened to not find out until January. So that's the conversation that me and Legion is having now, because he's just now getting put on to the fact that, yeah, me and my baby dad talk pretty much. He said, you putting words in my mouth. I said, I was on the phone with your baby mom when you said it. I said he just said he gonna kill my son. She said, yeah. I said, like, I heard everything you said. I said, ain't nothing to lie about. He said, miss, I would be. He said, nigga, what the fuck I look like, lying to who? He said, I said, bitch, I'll drop you. No, you said you was gonna do it to me and my son. Why are you copping out now? Why are you trying to act like you didn't say it new? And then it was brought to my knowledge by my baby dad that not only did he cop out to me, but whoever it was, they had let him know that, you know, that my baby dad was like on to him, or whatever the fucking situation was or whatever, that he basically was copping out to them and shit, basically saying that he ain't say the shit that he said. So I guess, so basically, like when my baby dad and the boy that he locked up with had talked or whatever, and the boy basically was trying to say like that Legion was his cousin, and my baby dad was like, oh, that's your cousin, and he was like, yeah. My baby dad was like, that nigga a bitch, and he was like, why, like what happened? So then that's when he was like, he said some fly shit about my baby mama and my son, da 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 da. So then the boy was like, oh no, it probably wasn't like that, like I'm a call him, put y'all on him for my baby dad, like I ain't talking to that nigga. But whatever happened when he ended up talking to Legion or whatever, not my baby, honestly I don't even know how that happened. All I know is that my baby dad had gave him relayed the message back to me like, yeah, that nigga trying to say he ain't say it, and I'm like, well, you know, I'm not gonna make up no shit like that, long story short. So I don't really know if he directly talked to my baby dad or if he had told the boy that he ain't said. I don't know, but all I know is that nigga copped the fuck out. I said I was talking shit because you was making me mad. I said, you said you was going to kill my son. I said all because you was sorry about getting caught up, and you are lying, cracking the fuck up. I was on the phone and you said I should come you and your son. He said, anyway, you can't. Oh yeah, so I ain't gonna say all that, but he said you basically can't be doing such and such and such and such, like something gonna happen to me. I said, oh well, okay, that's all. He said, I never bought anybody kids and no grown up shit. You start popping your shit about my daughter first. Fuck you, hi. He said, I still got the messages. I said, so you telling me don't believe my own ears? I'm confused. I said, me and your baby mom stayed on the phone for 6 hours. I said, when you hung up, we got right back on the phone. Basically, he keep trying to say, basically the nigga is copping out. He's copping out, trying to act like he ain't say what he said. I said I was on the phone when you walked up to her car, choked her through her phone, all that. He said, bro, fuck you, want to see the messages, you start popping your shit first. I don't fucking talk about kids. I said, I know what I said, and I heard what you said too. I said, we both were talking about each other kids. I said, you just took it a step further, but don't act like you ain't say shit about my son when I literally heard you. He said, I never choked her. We wasn't even by the car, so you don't even know what you talking about. We was in the backyard, never choked her. Stop making up shit. I said, I didn't say that. Fuck, you can't read. I said, I was on the phone when she was in the car. I was also on the phone when you choked her up. I know y'all was standing in the kitchen and standing in the house when you choked her up. I know that. Just like I was on the phone and I know that you said that about me and my son. So don't try to bitch up now, because now I guess my baby dad, him being in jail or not, I guess he was on go and he heard about it. So then you want to cop out and act and try to go back and tell niggas that you ain't say such and such and such and such because they was getting back to you. Nigga, don't play with me. So, mind you, that was months ago. When that first happened. Like I said, it was in October. He ain't find this out. He just getting wind of this, that my baby dad know about him in January. So whatever happened, the news got back to him. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. So he said, bro, I can show you the messages right now. I said, when she first pulled up to your house, you was like, hold on, did I screenshot all this? I said when she first pulled up to your house, you was like, who you in the phone with? And she said, your girlfriend. When y'all was in the house and she was asking about your girlfriend, I heard all that. Asking about you having a girlfriend, I heard all that. Then you got on the phone and got mad through her phone. She said you cracked and started choking her, but I heard you choking her. And while you was choking her, you was saying you gonna believe her when she just was calling your daughter ugly. I heard everything. I said I was even on the phone with her after the fact when you said you was getting your daughter. She left to do something and came back to drop her off and you disappeared. So she took her back to her cousin's house. We was on the phone for 6 hours. Then she said, I really want to give you these dogs before work. And that's when we met up at your house and stole your dogs. I said, like, don't tell me what the fuck I heard. Me and that girl was on the phone the whole time. Even after you hung up, she got her phone and we was right back on it the whole time. So don't try to tell me what you said and didn't say, because I heard every fucking thing. I'm just trying to figure out why you saying something almost 4 months later. I did all that as soon as you said that shit. He said, basically said, he's sending me screenshots of me talking about his daughter saying, I got receipts for days. LOL. Where you see me bring up a kid first? I said, bro, I know exactly what I said. You don't gotta send me nothing what I said. I said, we talking about the shit you said. I said, I got receipts too, but we both know what happened, so I don't gotta show nothing. I'm probably going to. I was talking spicy. I ain't gonna lie. But I don't give it. When I say shit, I mean what I say. I don't care. Like, I literally don't care. So he said, so he was saying some shit. He said, don't remember this. He said, but you could try your best to get me lined up, made the best man stand. I said, you still seeing the screenshots? I said, nobody trying to get you lined, because I don't give a fuck about that shit no more. Nigga, if that's what I was doing, if I was one of them type of bitches, nigga, you don't think it would have happened? My whole thing is that's his fucking dad. So you think I'm not going to tell his dad that a nigga is out here saying some shit like that about him? You got me fucked up. So I said, ain't nobody trying to get you lined, because I don't give a fuck about it no more. I said, but you said some fly shit about his son that he should have known about. I said, you was getting no bottom line, and not only, basically was saying, like, I only said it to him, I said, because he kept calling back trying to figure out exactly who you was. I said, but again, why are you bringing this up 4 months later? He said, but no need to continue for the back and forth. No need for the back and forth. I'm going to continue enjoying my day. LOL. Clearly, that's what you want. You did such and such. And it got back to me. He said, but all right, broski. I said, look at you in the screenshot sending shots at my son. I basically said, look at you in the screenshot sending shots at my son. I said, I ain't knowing that. I most definitely was when it first happened, though. But okay, I'm going to continue to enjoy mine, too. He said, if you could see what I said, read what I said. LOL. I wasn't disrespectful, but all right, I'm doing something. I said, so you knew this days ago when you wrote me in Miami, calling me a bitch and still was saying shit to me after you knew that. Now you blocking me again on Instagram. Boy, I don't care. Block me and stop coming back. The fuck? Bye. I said, block me on everything and every page, please. He said, nigga, shut the fuck up. I found this out today when he called me. I kept getting my number changed. He ain't talked to me in a minute. I said, boy, you knew that when I was in Miami. Oh, but okay. I say that because while I'm in Miami and he comment this weird shit on my picture on my story for no reason, talking about shit lit, had your fun now, bitch, watch this. Like, who the fuck is you talking to? You're weird. Like, just leave me alone. You're fucking weird. So I didn't even, when he said that shit, I never even responded to him, because you a fucking weirdo. Like, why are you so weird? So I basically said, I said, that's exactly why you called me out of nowhere calling me, why you wrote me out of nowhere calling me a bitch. He said, oh, my cousin, I literally just found out when I was texting. He said, what I got a cat for? I would have been said something. I was bored. That's why I said that when you was in Miami. But he's a child. I said, get on it then. I said, and you is a snake. Nothing that comes from you will surprise me. I really don't care. I said, and you bothering me with this old ass news all because you said you was going, my son. I said, how the fuck you thought I was going to react? You tripping. I said, oh well. He said, oh yeah. He said, then you never mind her. I hate when he say that never mind shit. I don't be knowing what the fuck he be talking about. We just was talking or whatever. And he was saying something and I basically told him I don't give a fuck. And he said, I know you don't do it. He said, I know you don't give a fuck. Why are you here? I said, I don't give a fuck. He said, I know you don't give a fuck. We still was talking a little bit, and that was the end of the conversation. I don't give a fuck. Damn, that was our, oh shit, we at the end, y'all. Hold up. We ain't at the end, but we at the end. Hold up. We at the end of me and his messages. Right after that. So, damn, how the fuck we start talking again then? Hold up. I don't know. That's the end of our Instagram messages, y'all. Though we finally getting so weird. We finally getting some fucking weird. Let me see. I don't think there's no more messages in the other joint either. On his other page. Hold up, y'all, because now I'm getting excited because now the real tea starts. The real tea starts. Hold on. I don't think there's no more messages on here. Yeah, it ain't no more messages on it either. Alright, so me knowing how easy he is. That was what, January 28th it said we last talked. Me knowing how easy he is. That shit don't make no never mind. You sitting there talking about bitches trying to lie you and all this other cool shit. If that's how you felt, he got yet another new number and then text me off of it again. Can't stay away from me. Like when I tell y'all, you couldn't pay this man. You couldn't pay this man to leave me alone. You could not pay this man to leave me alone. Like on everything I love, you cannot pay this man to leave me alone. So he said, yo. I said, who this? Mind you, I knew who it was from the area code, even though it was a brand new number that I never had, just from the area code. I'm not stupid. So he said, yo. I said, who this? So he said, Alicia. He said, what's up? How you? So he wasn't even talking about shit. Then goes to say, you didn't even tell me happy anniversary. Didn't you just tell me I was trying to lie? Didn't you just tell me I was trying to lie you up? What the fuck you want a happy birthday for me for? Like, so he said you didn't even tell me happy anniversary. He said fucking goofy. I said LMAO because you don't fuck with me, but happy birthday. He said, I don't know what he said. He said thanks. Then he asked me where the dog was at. I said, I've been sold him. He said, shaking my head. I said, it's like, no, he in the cage. So then, I don't know what happened, Joe. I ain't gonna lie. We was in contact, but he was in contact first from yet another new number. We was in contact, so if we in contact, we might as well be in physical contact, because I need it again. Yeah, it's a month later from the last time. What's that? Like, so yeah, I could say that I initiated this time. Like, yeah, like, I called him and I was on it. Like, he was with it. He's very easy. So it's like, it's like, okay, let's just go back to the drawing board. Called your daughter ugly, all type of shit. That didn't fade you. You're okay with still dealing with me. You okay with that? Then you turn around and say, I tried to lie on you because I did something that any mother would do. But yet you're still on my line. I'm confused. Like, you had to pick a side and fucking stay there. But he can't get enough of me. Like, he just cannot get enough of me. So, long story short, I don't know. He was supposed to come over, but I guess I ended up falling asleep. Yo, this nigga was outside waiting for an hour. He said he was knocking on the door and everything. And like I said, I would insert the ring camera footage if, I don't know, I gotta see how I feel about that. But basically, like, I literally seen on the ring camera that, like, he literally was trying to get in and call me and everything for a whole hour, because he had called an Uber over there, so he ain't even like get no ride over there or nothing. So he like, I don't know, that was crazy. And I was not answering. I was not answering. So I just told him, I'm like, damn, like, I fell asleep or whatever. I don't know why he's sending me all these pictures. It's like 20 fucking screenshots. What is these pictures of? Yo, I don't know when he sent me pictures of. I really don't know, because they not loading. But, like, literally, look at this shit. It's literally like 8 screenshots. And he said, shaking my head, I miss you. And I said, so where you at? You don't miss me for real? He said, well, Lord, I do. He said, I'm trying to get somebody to answer real quick. I said, okay, hurry up. So he was trying to come over the night before, but I ended up going to sleep. He said he was outside for like an hour. That was, I don't know. I guess he didn't have a car, and he was on feet at the time. So he like, I'm trying to get somebody to answer real quick, I guess, so he could get a ride and shit. So I said, okay, hurry up. He said, I'm trying, but I'm burnt out. I said, me too. He said, what you doing? I said, laying there waiting on you. I said, why you call me back? He said, I'm about to walk to your crib. Fuck you. That's how pressed he was for the pussy. That nigga was about to walk an hour away. He said, I'm about to walk to your crib. Fuck it. I said, oh my God, where everybody at? He said, somewhere fake sleep till they need me. I said, then you gotta act fake sleep. He said, no, I really miss you bad, and I want to hold you in my arms right now. I said, and I want to lay up shaking my head. He said, I'm walking. So I said, how far is it anyway? So he gave me the address of where he was walking from, which was his mom's house. I said, oh my God, it's say an hour. So I sent him the screenshot. That nigga was about to be on foot for the pussy. You hear me? So he said, you don't care. I said, yes, I do. I would have been came to get you. I basically was making excuses as to why I didn't want to come get him, because I ain't fucking feel like it. Like, what the fuck? And I'm not about to call you no Uber. Yeah, I ain't that pressed. Why don't you have Uber money? So he said, shaking my head, good night, that shit runs. I said, shaking my head, how long you going to be up? I said, I can come get you after I drop my son off at school. So he like, he put the irk face like, you a fucking nut. I said, I don't. So that's what I was doing. I was basically saying I ain't know where the keys was at. That's why I couldn't come get them. So I said, why you don't get an Uber? I said, I gotta take him to school. I said, that's in like 2 hours though. He said, I wanted to stay with you, get a little 2-hour nap with you. I said, I know you could just, I said, can you just stay here all day and just spend the night too, LOL. He said, you know, I got court Friday, shaking my head. Which was another thing, like I said, he had that court case in North Carolina, but he kept chalking court for me. He chalked his court date like 3 times for me. Every time he had court, he would come stay with me the night before, and because he wanted to stay and lay up, he would not go to court. I'm like, you ain't gonna be satisfied till they come get your ass and extradite your ass over there. Like, you gonna be salty as fuck. So he like, I got court Friday. I said, this crazy, where your car? He said, I took it to the shop earlier. The whole time probably don't even have no fucking car. So I said, I'm about to look for the keys. The whole time I'm lying, just laying down. I said, if you would have walked, you would have been here by now. So, oh my God, I gotta take more stuff off of this thing. I'm almost done, y'all, though. I promise. So then he ended up texting me at 9 the next morning. It was like, where you at? But by then I was already back in the house, and I said, I was trying to get you while I was out. He said, I fell asleep. He said, you knew I fell asleep already. Yo, I'm trying to speed up through the rest of the story, okay? Because I want this all to be in one video. So the last part, because I had to stop, and you know, I keep telling her I gotta do shit with my camera, like I just be having to do too much, so it's like I keep having to stop and come and start again. So I think the last part I had left on was, okay, so he texted me, he said, where you at, good morning. I said, good morning, I just woke up. I said, what you doing? I was trying to get you while I was out. He said he fell asleep, so that's why he didn't answer, I guess, when I called him or whatever, or if I texted him or whatever. So he said he fell asleep, so blah blah blah. So he was telling me, I asked him, I said, what you at your mom's house? He said, I fell asleep here, you know I don't like staying here. So I asked him, I was like, you ready to come now? And he was like, yeah, but oh, so his dog had just had puppies again, and he was like, but the puppies still with me, I gotta take them home. So he basically was saying like he had to take the puppies to his house first before he had like came over or whatever. He said, or I could wait. I said, well, let me know what you want to do though. I'm here though, like I'm at the house. He said, I'm saying I could take the puppies home later and come with you now. I said, all right, I'm about to come get you. He told me leave out in 15 minutes. Mind you, the screenshot, it say 11:12 or whatever. I said, okay. I texted him at 11:26. I said, damn, I texted him exactly 15 minutes later. I was pressed for that, dude. So, but I was like, I said, Neil. He said, yes. I said, all right. I told him I'm 5 minutes away at 11:46. This how you knew I was like over him, right? Because usually, you know, when you about to be with like a nigga that you fuck with, or even though me and him is not really fucking with each other at the time, we cool, but like we still fucking and stuff like that. So he like, you know how like if you about to spend time with your nigga, you ain't really like rushing to like, I don't know, but it's like I just knew I was so turned off. It's like I can't explain it. It's like I didn't at this moment, like I was like over him. Like even when I had like fucked him in January and stuff like that, it's like I was over him, but it's like I'm not fucking nobody else. And it's like I said, I don't know if I said it already, but like at this point I was dealing with somebody else. But obviously by just telling the story, I'm not no like, it's hard to like, it's hard, like I'm not an easy fuck. Like when I first meet a nigga, like yeah, you're gonna wait some time, like I'm not just fucking you off the rip. Like so it's like I was over him and like past him at this point. I didn't really want to fuck him, but it was like this is my only option, because it's like for me, even though with him being top one, like I said, he top one, the best dick he had, I had, like even with that, it's like when you turned off, when you're mentally and emotionally turned off of a person, the physical sexual shit really don't mean nothing. I don't give a fuck how good it is, like how good you suck toes. I don't give a fuck how good it is. It's like when I'm over you, I'm over you. So it's like at this point I was over him, but I still was trying to use him to like get my rocks off. But it's like I was over him, like I didn't really want you touching me, but it was like whatever. So I'm basically saying all that to say it's like I can't really regain sexual attraction. It's like once it's going, it's going. Like it's like I don't know, but it's like I still was like gonna make it work. But it's like at this point it low-key seems like feel forced a little bit, because it's like, you know how you over somebody and you just like, it's a difference between me being done with you and me being like disgusted with you. Like when I'm disgusted with you and it's like you show me you're like aware, like once, like basically what I'm trying to say is like once I reach like a certain level of disgust with you, like my anger, disrespect for you is top tier. I'ma say and do everything. It's just hard for I'ma just say it's just hard for me to regain sexual attraction. Like it's just like it's hard. Like I don't know. So anyway, I want to get through these messages so we could get to the real tea of what's actually currently going on. So I'm about to be almost done, because this was like I think a day, and then it was a wrap at the day. That was it. So I was saying all that to say it's like I don't mind, like all right, like say if I'm fucking with a nigga, right, and I gotta go, like we meeting each other or whatever the case may be, and I gotta wait for him. I don't mind, like if he go do something real quick, I don't mind sitting in the car waiting for you and shit like that. But nigga, like with this nigga, it's like I didn't really want like care for your time for real. So it was like y'all about to see what I'm talking about. But it's like I kind of was like he was burning me out like real easily. Like y'all about to see what I'm talking about though. But so basically, so I had texted him when I was 5 minutes away. I said 5 minutes. He said, I'm selling the puppy, hold on. He said, come on though. So I texted him, I said, outside, how long you want to be? He said, okay. I said, don't be long. I still gotta basically telling him I gotta go get my son. Whole time I don't gotta go get my son for another 2 hours, but I don't want to let him know that, because this nigga will have you sitting in the car for fucking 45 minutes if he can. Like, no, like my whole thing is, it's like he used to irk me with it before. Like when he used to do stuff like that, when we was actually dealing with each other and I was actually feeling him. But it's like once I'm not feeling you no more. So it's like I'm not waiting, nigga. I'm not waiting outside for you. It's bad enough I already had to come get you. That's bad enough. Like, but it's like, I'm not waiting outside for you or whatever. So I said, don't be long, I still gotta get my son or whatever. 9 minutes passed. I said, I'm gonna just come back. He said, bro, what? I said, cause I'm not sitting out here. I said, this is not the only thing I had to do. You knew I was coming. This at 12:06. So when I had said I'm gonna just, so when I said don't be long, that was at 11:56. Mind you, I pulled up at 11:54. 12:05, he's still not outside. Why you got me outside for 9? Like, I was irritated. Like, I was irritated because I already didn't really want to be around you. I'm just trying to fuck. Like, I'm just like, and you go your way. Like, so it's like I already was irritated because like this not that. Like, nigga, don't have me waiting. You not like, this ain't that. So I said, I'm gonna just come back. He said, bro, what? I said, because I'm not sitting out here. I said, it's not the only thing I had to do. The whole time it was. I said, you knew I was coming. I said, I'll be back. So then he started sending me a video of the person that I guess was like inside his mom's house. He trying to sell the dog to them. He said, I just sold them. He said, I was in here talking to them, telling him what to do. They left. I said, mind you, he didn't text me that until he texted me the video at 12:08. And I think I had already left. Did I already leave? I don't know. But he texted me, he said they left. I said, I know, but you should have said that. Now I had to rush. The whole time I didn't have nowhere to be. I just didn't want to wait no more. Like, he was burning me out. So he said, yeah, whatever. I said, I didn't go far. It's up the street. I forgot where I told him I had to go. So that's when he didn't text me back. I texted him again. I said, you playing? He said, all right, where you at? I told him where I was at or whatever. He said, I'm about to come out in a second. I said, bro, be outside. Text him again 5 minutes. I text him again when I was 5 minutes away. Text him when I was outside. He texted me. I said outside at 12:45. He texted me and said about to come out. He said my sister about to come out the bathroom. She asked me, can I watch the baby? And he said the son name. While she in the bathroom, she about to come out. Whole time I knew he's probably fucking lying. I said, I gotta go take my hair out. I got a hair appointment. He said, all right, here I come in at 12:53. I said, yeah. I said, cause you really, I said, yeah, cause you really doing too much at this point. I said, you could have just asked me to come later. Nobody's not sitting in no car, bro. I said, and I left and came back and you still in there. Like, just come tonight or something. So then he took too long to text me back. He took like 3 minutes had passed and I said, yeah, just call me later. He said, I'm coming. Grab this little bag for me. Said, nigga, I was watching him till my sister came out the bathroom. She came out hype ass. I said, I don't care. I got shit to do. You always go overboard. Because, like, what the fuck? Now, I left and I came back and you still got me waiting. What the fuck? So he said, all right. So he said, I ain't going to be here later. What the hell? Fuck you, don't be listening. And then he said, I go overboard because I was selling a puppy. And you pulled off and my sister told me to watch my nephews while she in the shower. Okay. No, you go overboard because if you knew I was on my way, why the fuck would you tell me to leave out and come now and all this other cool shit? And you talk too fucking much. That's your problem. You sending me a video of you talking to the girl, saying all this shit to the girl that you selling the puppy to. I don't give a fuck. And that's how I got caught up with low key, because you was outside dicky and taking too long to go back in the house, and you was talking too fucking much to that nigga that was around the corner. That's how I got caught up, because you talk too fucking much. Like, what the fuck? So he said, okay. I said, but you was hyped telling me to leave out in 15 minutes knowing that you wasn't ready. I said, that was 2 hours ago and we still not back in the house yet. I said, I left to do stuff, came back and you still in there. I said, yeah, I gotta do other stuff because you waited too late. He said, nigga, you left. Know how long that was? An hour. I don't know what he was trying to say. I said I'm outside at 11:54. He said, but all right, enjoy your day, pup. I said, okay. He said, you a weirdo. You should have came in. The fuck? I said, you didn't tell me to. I said, what time you leaving there? I'm about to go get my hair done. The whole time I wasn't. I said, so then after that, I texted him again because I had peeped that he just followed one of my friends. I said, why is you dicky and following my friends, weirdo? He said, ask me did I follow somebody before you start assuming I'm not the only one on my page, weirdo. Mind you, he used to say that all the time. The whole time I think he was lying. I said, don't play with me. He said, all right. Then you want to tell me to come in after I left, but you ain't tell me, like, I didn't even care to come in. I didn't want to come in because if I wanted to, I would have said that. But you had, like, he just was a fucking dickhead. Like, so why he text me? He just used to do this weird shit all the time, yo. He texts me, and this the shit that I be talking about. This is why I did. He was a weirdo. Like, he was so strange. Like, and that's why it was crazy because when I was talking to her, just real quick, when I was talking to her, before I even get into that, I did think of some other stuff that she told me that he fucking lied about. So I remember he was telling me how the reason how he was able to bag his baby mom was basically because her ex-nigga was a lame, like her ex-nigga was a weirdo or whatever, and that when she came across him, she basically wasn't used to a nigga like that because she had he said that, like, so y'all know how, like, Philly be having, like, these name brands, like, these brands or whatever, like, Milano, Diafora, Labello, shit like that. So he basically was like, yeah, like, basically he was trying to bag her, and then he said that he like, yeah. So then I like, basically like out of nowhere, he had bought her 5 pair of Diaphora pants, and once I did that, like it was over. Like she was on my dick after that type shit. So I told her he said that, and she was like, he never bought me 5 pair of pants. She said he bought me 2. She was like, but that was it. Like, then keep in mind, she already told me like the nigga ain't never buy her nothing for her birthday. Like he and then she said he ain't never had money. The only time, I think I said that already, he ain't never had money. The only time he had money was when he had them PPP loans and shit like that. And I just remember her saying, she said, she was like, I remember when she was like, I'm not trying to say that, like, because when she was like running down everything about him, she was like, I'm not trying to say that I like regret my daughter. She was like, I don't regret my daughter. She was like, but I wish, basically was saying like she wished she stopped fucking with him a lot sooner, because the way he is now, like the way he treat her, the way he treat me is the way he always been. So she was like, he been this way a long time ago, like long before I got pregnant. So yeah, like, so basically I'm saying all that to say, like, when it come to me and her, it's not like he treated one better than the other. It never like, by the time, like I said, me and this girl sat on the phone for 6 hours. By the time I ran down everything and she ran down everything, it wasn't no difference between me and that nigga and her and that nigga. Like, it wasn't no difference. So it was like, it wasn't like he treated one better than the other. He wasn't shit to neither one of us. Like, let's be real. Like, he wasn't shit to neither one of us. Like, another thing that I think I forgot to add was the first time, remember how I told you how I had unblocked him that first time after we went like a month without talking, after I was like arguing with him and the baby mom and stuff like that. He had ended up telling me that he had met up with Low Key out of nowhere, met up with Low Key for whatever fucking reason. He's a weird, he's so weird, yo, that he literally can't do nothing but talk about, he's obsessed with that man. Like, he was always comparing himself to him, always, like, if we would be fucking or something, he basically be trying to ask me questions like he'll, like, y'all know what I'm trying to get at. Like, he'll always like bring him up, like, and like try to compare like him fucking me to, like, it would be so fucking weird. And the baby mom said he used to do the same thing about her and with her and her ex, because remember how I told y'all he's cool with her ex too, and she said he's obsessed with that ex. Like, so I'm like, oh, so that's just him in general. Like, that's just like, he just a weird, that, like, I swear, y'all, that'll be all y'all talk about. He find out he know your ex or something, that's all y'all gonna talk about. That's all y'all, when he was obsessed, like, he was real obsessive when it came to Low Key. So long story short, he ended up telling me that they had met up or whatever. So he said, yeah, basically telling me how they was talking about me and shit, because now, like, now they both know. First it was he knew about him, but he ain't know about him. Then it was vice versa. Then it's like he knew that he knew about him, but he ain't know he know. It was like, it was a bunch of shit. But now at this point, now it's like we be one big happy family, so you know. But now it's like they know about each other now type shit. But I always used to tell Low Key that I wasn't fucking with Legion, but Legion is such a fucking liar and would always be in this fake ass competition with Low Key that I know it probably was some other shit that he was saying to him. Like, I just know it was. So he basically was telling me everything they was talking about and stuff like that, and how they brought me up, and like how I got caught up and shit like that, and how they was bidding on that. Like, yo, no, she really crazy like that. Like, she moved like a nigga, like she out of pocket. Like, he said they was bidding on that. He was like, but we really, he was like, hey, we really, like, he was like, ain't nobody say nothing bad about you though. Like he said, like, you thoroughly shit. He was like, yeah, I know. Like, I said to him, like, yeah, she always come through every time I call. Why is you lying? I come through every time Low Key call. Legion, I never did. You showed me pretty much in the beginning of the situation that you couldn't be trusted. I never like put my all or nothing into you or nothing. But I feel like he did that to, cause basically, all right, what happened was he told me that Low Key was on some shit like, no, like, she ain't, like, and they basically was on some shit like, no, it's nothing bad they can say about me. Like, no, she thoroughly shit, like, she ain't a whore, like, she really ain't no da, 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 da. Like, this is what all the shit that Legion is telling me is being said and shit like that. So basically Low Key was on some shit like, no, like, she thoroughly shit. Like, I, like, every time, like, if I need her, she there type shit. But like I said, me and Low Key is like this. Like, we're locked the fuck in. We're locked in. So of course, like, when you call, I answer, vice versa. Like, that's the type of relationship we got. So it's like, I guess him, because remember I used to always, I said that when I used to always talk about Low Key to Legion, well, like, if he would bring it up and I would talk about him, and I always used to say, like, I don't ever expect me to talk down on him, because I'm not never saying nothing bad about him. Like, I never, like, that's like, yeah, like, that's really my dog. Like, that's really, and he like, I wouldn't want you to talk down on him, da, 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 da. And it's like, I feel like he Low Key, I feel like the fact that I wasn't ever talking down on Low Key to him, I feel like that made him even more jealous, because it's like, nigga, you keep bringing this nigga up, and instead of me, like, siding with you and saying, man, I don't fucking want that nigga, I don't da-da-da, or trying to say some shit to try to play low-key. Instead of me doing it, I say how I really feel about him, and everything that I felt about him was a positive shit. Like, yeah, I'm telling him I love him and all that. Like, and it's like, I feel like that made him more jealous, because who wouldn't that make jealous? That's like if you talking about me, talking about your big mind to me in a positive way, I'ma feel away, because it's like, damn, like, the fuck you still like, so it's like, of course he's gonna feel a way that, like, the nigga that you keep bringing up, instead of me saying, I don't fucking want him, da-da-da, it's like, I'm not really on it. I did say, I didn't, like, I wasn't dealing with him or whatever, like, around the time that, like, when I first had told him about how I was dealing with low-key or whatever, I had told him, I'm not sure if I had said that yet, but I basically, like, when he was like, it's going to be either me or him, and I basically was on some shit like, well, it's you. Like, it would make sense if you asked me this and gave me this ultimatum back in 2017 when we was actually a situationship, but we're not a situationship anymore. We just basically doubling back, fucking each other now. Like, that's still my folks, that's still my dog, we still like this, but it's not the same situation that it was. It's not like how, like I said, we was basically boyfriend and girlfriend without the title. It's not that no more. So why would I choose dick? And then it's like, it's not even consistent dick. I'm not even fucking him like every day and shit like that. It's like when I call, when he call, like, that's just what we do. But it's like, why would I choose that over a situation to where I could possibly be building something with somebody? So it's like, I'm like on some like, I choose you type shit. But I never said nothing bad about low-key. I never said nothing bad about him. He would try to say shit to try to make him look bad to me. So when he had said what he said, or whatever, he was basically telling me what they was talking about and shit. He like, but ain't nothing. So I was like mad, because I'm like, why the fuck is y'all talking about me? Like, y'all both weird as shit. Da, 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 da. So he like, but ain't nobody saying nothing bad about you though. Da, 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 da. So I ended up linking with low-key, like, not far after that at all. It probably was the same fucking week. I don't fucking know. Because I remember when we was sitting in the car, he like, yo, he used to be so weird, yo. He used to be so weird. So one time when I was with him or whatever, I think it was the same day he butt dialed me with that bitch. He's so jealous of low-key that he'll do shit like this, right? So remember how I told y'all how he had found out that low-key had pulled up on me and shit like that, and even though nothing ain't happened, he still was mad about that. He used to be in like a weird ass competition. I remember one time we was in the car or whatever, and he like, yeah, he like, I'm about to call him. He like, I want to call him while I'm with you so I could get my lick back. Like, your lick back for what? Because he was no, he wasn't salty about me being in his car. He was mad about me getting caught up about like me being in the car with low-key and pulled up and he was right there and all that other shit. He was salty about that, so he basically was like, I want to get my lick back for that. So he like, I want to call him while I'm with you type. Like, he's a weirdo. Like, he was so fucking weird. And I'd be like, why are you doing it? This nigga really called this nigga, but thank God the shit went straight to voicemail. Because I'm like, why are you trying to call him while you with me to like that's not no fucking competition. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're weird. Like, and if it is a competition, nigga, you're not winning at all. Like, what the fuck? Long story short, he basically was telling me what they was saying and shit in the car and shit. And then I think that day that he was telling me when he had popped up here at my house at 8 o'clock in the morning and he had took him there to go get the dog food and shit like that. That day that we was in the car, that was the day that he was telling me that he had met her with low-key. And I think that day he tried to call him in the car too, but he ain't answered. But I'm like, y'all weird. Like, y'all both weird. So he like, but he wanted to call him because that's when he was like, ain't nobody say nothing bad about you. So he like, I'm about to call him. Like, he gonna tell you type shit. Like, but he ain't answer or whatever. But long story short, when I had met her with low-key like shortly after that, and he like, I had brought it up to him. I didn't care because Legion, when I was talking to Legion, he basically was saying like, no, don't go back and run your mouth about that, don't da-da-da-da. But it's like, nigga, I'm going to say something about it just because, for one, I know you're a fucking liar. So I know you're either lying to me, lying to him, lying to both of us. You probably, whatever you telling me you said, you probably really ain't say. Low-key not gonna lie to me. You gonna lie. Like, and he don't even know the type of person that you would. Like, when I was describing the type of person he is, like a real bad liar, he of course was like trying to be like oblivious or whatever, like naive to the situation, because niggas, you know how niggas be dickying off of people that they be cool with and they don't really like be trying to take a girl word or whatever. But it's like, nigga, no, I'm telling you, I know the real him. And that nigga probably been lying to you your whole fucking time of knowing each other. Like, I'm letting you know. But of course he ain't really trying to hear what I had to say. Like, whatever, because that's his man. Like, whatever. But anyway, so I ended up linking with low-key shortly after that. What the fuck? I got a hair stuck in my lash. I ended up linking with low-key shortly after that. He pulled up on me. Why, when I was talking to him and I had brought it up to him And I know Legion didn't want me to bring it up because he would have got caught in a fucking lie. I bring it up to low key or whatever, and I'm like telling him like, yeah, such and such, like, yeah, why were you talking about me to him? He was like, I wasn't talking about you. He said, we wasn't even talking about you. He said, we was for like a split second. He was like, but ain't nobody say nothing. He was like, we ain't say nothing bad about you. Like, you know, I'm not saying nothing bad. Like, so he like, ain't nobody say nothing bad about you or whatever. So I'm like telling him, I'm like, well, yeah, he said this and that you said such and such. He said, I don't know what that nigga lied to you about. He said, but I ain't saying that. He did say that. He said nobody said nothing bad about me, but they wasn't talking about me. Like, they wasn't talking shit. They basically were just bidding on a situation or whatever, and like said I was thorough, shit like that. He said, but nobody, he said, but the shit that Legion, like some of the shit that he was saying is like he added on to that or whatever. Like, basically he was capping, like low-key was like, I don't know what that man went back and told you. He like, but ain't no, like, I ain't saying nothing. Like, basically like the nigga was making shit up, of course. So I had already said, I said how he was in like this fake competition with low-key or whatever. So like when low-key said, yeah, she always like call when I come through or whatever, and Legion's going to say, yeah, she thorough as shit anytime I call, and she give me whatever I ask her to do. Why are you lying? Why the fuck is you lying? You been showed me you was a clown. And at this point, I know that you've been lying about where you live there. I know you've been disowning and lying about your baby mama. Why the fuck would I do anything for you? Nigga, the most I did for you is everything that you did for me. You always bought me food. I always bought you food. Other than that, nothing. Oh, you took me out. Other than that, I ain't do nothing. I ain't take you out or nothing. You took me out. I never gave you shit. Like, and the one thing, this is before I found out he was a clown. The one thing that happened was I had bought him this thing that he asked me for, but that's what a girlfriend do. And when I say girlfriend, I put in big ass quotation marks on it, because y'all know clearly I ain't know shit at that time. He asked me to buy him this thing or whatever, but then it ended up not even coming because it was like all this other shit, and I ended up getting my money refunded anyway, so technically that didn't even count. So really, nigga, I did nothing for you. So I don't know why. It's like I feel like he was trying to sound thorough to low-key to try, like, yeah, like if she fall every time I come through, when it's like, you're lying. Why are you lying today, me, and talking about I come through for you and I answer every time? No, the fuck I don't. I'm not thorough to you. I'm not. So he gonna say, yeah, how you good to one of your niggas, but bad to your other nigga. You not my nigga, first of all. I don't fuck with you. Of course I'm gonna be bad to you. Like, why would I treat you good? Are you dumb? Low-key ain't never do no nut ass shit to me. So that was that or whatever. I'm just trying to fill in like the stuff that I probably forgot to talk about or whatever. I'm just randomly throwing this in because this is not at this time period, but this was like around the time where I had first stopped fucking with him, and I found out he was lying about where he lived at and shit. And when he kept trying to bogart his way back into my life, this nigga was so fucking weird. Like, it's like he was still following me and shit. And he would have me like, he would put me in and out of his close friends. Like, it'd be so fucking weird. He'll like add me in his close friends to like show me that he with a girl, but whole time it don't even be a girl that he fucking with. Like, I guess it'd be his friends or something, but I guess he'll be like posting shit with like girls. It'll always be him posting something with a girl, I guess, to try to get some type of reaction out of me, and then he'll take me out, and then he'll put me back in, and then he'll take me out. But I wouldn't never say nothing because it's like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. But he know that usually, like, if I was fucking with him, I'd be questioning him about every little thing. Like, who the fuck is that bitch? Like, I say stuff like that. So it's like, I felt like he just was doing it just for me to say something like that. But at that time, I literally didn't give a fuck. So I wasn't even questioning him about it. I think I told you the part where when I finally did go to his house that last time when the daughters was there, that before that he had kissed me before I left. But when he had kissed me, he kissed me in front of both of his both of the daughters, his daughter and her other daughter. And like when me and her was kissing, the daughter, the big 5-year-old daughter, she was looking at us, and he had looked at her. He like, she gonna get me in trouble. I said, what you mean? Like, he kept saying that, and I'm like, why you keep saying trouble? Like, is you with this bitch? Like, of course he denied it, and he's like, look, I told you I'm texting her on Telegram because she don't even got my number. I don't fuck with her. Da, 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 da. So I'm like, why you keep saying? He like, cause I'm just saying, like, I just don't want her to, like, basically don't want the little girl. He just was making up shit. I don't fucking know. He ain't want her to think it was okay, or he don't want, like, whatever the fuck. But it's like, I don't know, that nigga was weird as fuck. So anyway, let me get back to these messages, because once I'm done with these messages, baby, we're pretty much done with the story, pretty much. So where was I at? So I was saying he was a weirdo because he literally acted like a fucking 12-year-old. I swear to God. Who the fuck is you talking to, and why the fuck is you so weird? Like, why are you so weird? I said, you really a kid. Stop texting me. Like, I'm already turned off. I already don't want to fuck you, but I need it. So it's like, stop. Like, you weird as shit. Like, you just so fucking weird. Like, he just a weirdo. So I texted him. I said, you really a kid. Stop texting me. He said, yeah, I'm a kid. Okay. I said, fuck is you texting me out of nowhere for? You act like you 12, bro. The fuck? I said, grow the fuck up. He talking about grew up a long time ago, shorty. Like, he just a child. Grew up a long time ago, shorty. And that's the other things baby mom said. Like, every time, I don't know, when shit go his way, she'll always be like weird ass bitches and stuff. I'm like, child, that's all he fucking try to say. But like, he just so damn strange. Like, it'd be so weird. So he like, grew up a long time ago, shorty. I said, stop texting my phone. He said, why I gotta stop texting you? I love you, Bookie. I said, you annoying me. Fuck you. Like, you're a weirdo. He said, fuck me. I said, oh, so that was something else. So I'm still texting him or whatever because I need to get my rocks off. I don't give a fuck about nothing you're talking about, bro. You can go your way. Go back to where you was at. Just whatever. So whatever he said, I told him he lied about something else. He said, I ain't lie. I'm going to make it up to you. So, blah, blah, blah. We was talking. Then he started talking this shit. I want you to ride my face. Da, 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 da. Whatever. That's what I like to hear. Like, now you talking about linguists. I don't give a fuck about none of the other shit you talking about. I don't even want you to go ahead. I've been having so many technical difficulties, y'all, but the next part is coming right up. Same day type shit. Whatever you